So is it time to buy Nvidia stock before it's too late? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, guys. I want to break down some numbers and we'll go over the charts and go over where I see the stock going in the short term as well as the long term. So run the likes up, make sure to subscribe, and you might as well snag up to 15 stocks from Moo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfast.com/Moo and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, come on, that's a no-brainer. So again, use that link down below or go to stocksurfast.com/Moo and let's dive right into the video. So Nvidia stock today on Thursday, which the week is slowly wrapping up, guys, it ended up going up around 1%. It went up $1 on the dot and it closed at over $107 per share. And this is actually not the best day, obviously, but a pretty good day in the midst of an overall red day for the stock market. In fact, earlier in the day, Nvidia got to almost $110 per share, and we ripped out of the gates, guys. I mean, holy smokes, out of the gate, excuse me. We opened up at around 105, and we got all the way to 110 in the matter of around an hour or whatever that was, or actually no, way less than that. 10 minutes. We ran about 4%. Then we started creeping up even more after that in the first roughly hour of trading, and then we sold off. You guys can see here for pretty much the rest of the day, but we still ended up going up around 1%, and now we're trying to break out. We're trying to break out of the highs from yesterday. At least that's what we did today. We tried breaking out. So heading into tomorrow, guys, the last day of the week here, we need to break out, or at least try and break out of 109 to 110. That's where we failed at today, and that's where we failed at. We double topped at that point yesterday, right? So if Nvidia can somehow take out 110, this would be a very good sign for the bulls in the short term. That momentum is slowly starting to build up. And full disclosure, I'm long Nvidia. I've been buying it these last couple of weeks, and my most latest buy was, I believe, yesterday at about $110 per share. I nibbled a little bit more, and the way I'm looking at it, guys, is I'm going to buy as long as it's in the low hundreds, especially if it gets back into the 90s, dare I say the 80s, which I'm not sure if it, will get back to the 80s, but if it does, I'll definitely be a buyer at that point as well. So let me pull up these numbers for you guys and show you a little bit of what's going on under the hood. So you all remember Nvidia stock was the biggest company in the world momentarily, right? Well over $3 trillion, but now as I zoom in here and show you guys, let me actually make my face a bit smaller so we can see what's important here. Not my face, but the numbers, right, guys? So we can see the market cap on Nvidia right now is $2.63 trillion. So not anywhere near where it was before, well over $3 trillion. Now we've fallen a good chunk. And the PE ratio, guys, has come down a lot. The PE ratio is at a 50 right now. That's for the trailing 12 months. And if I pull this up, let me actually pull up the statistics page here on Yahoo Finance. The forward PE is a 37, folks, is a freaking 37 for a company that is growing. I think their revenue as of this last report grew 120% year over year. And for guidance, they're guiding for 80% revenue growth for the next quarter, I believe, give or take a little bit, roughly 80%. So for a company growing at that pace, the PE trailing 12 months, here it says 49, less than 50, and the forward P is a 37, which in my opinion is super low. Very, very low for Nvidia. And trust me, once they start rolling out Blackwell, once they start getting all these new chips rocking and rolling, The growth's going to spike up. I think the earnings are going to start piling in. They're going to start exploding. And, at least in my opinion, you're going to regret not considering Nvidia at this point, right? The numbers just keep getting better and better, and the valuation is getting more attractive by the day, which is kind of like the reason why I'm like, I wouldn't mind if this thing fell under $100. I'd just be a buyer. I'd buy more. If that PE somehow got to the high 20s, the forward PE, that'd be ridiculous. I'd be buying hand over fist. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, we're looking really good, and I don't think this is going to last for long. I think we ultimately will get a recovery in Nvidia stock, and typically semiconductors, Nvidia in particular, they do very well Q4 and Q1, which if I pull up the analysis tab, give me a second here, guys, we can see current quarter, the average EPS estimate is 67 cents. A year ago, they did 37 cents, so that's great. And for revenue, the average estimate is just under 30 billion. The high estimate is 31.5 billion. I would not be surprised if they did well over $30 billion in sales in this upcoming quarter. And for the current year, guys, we can see the average estimate is $113 billion of revenue. And last year they did 55. So for the current year, they're projected to grow over 100%. And again, the P ratio, the forward, is around a 35, which is just bonkers in my opinion, right, for this type of growth. So I'm really liking the way Nvidia is setting up right now. The charts aren't necessarily looking the best per se, but guys, newsflash, it's not all about the charts, right? Especially if you're a long-term investor. Obviously, if you're trading a company, trading a stock, all right, it's different. Charts are going to be important. But if you're a long-term investor, charts play a little bit of a role, I guess, for determining an entry point where you want to buy more, add more, whatever. But you're not really paying attention to it. But again, as a trader, you are. And on the daily here, the chart actually looks pretty good. We're approaching the 180 SMA on the daily, right around 95, $100 a share. That's a big support. On the 4-hour chart here, we're holding the bottom of this channel that I've covered before here on the YouTube channel, right? So all of these signs are pointing towards potentially a bottom forming. We're getting close to that moving average on the yearly, bottom of the channel here on the 4-hour. So that's why, I'm coupling my technical analysis along with, the fundamentals there, the P ratio, looking at some other numbers. And I'm like, this is looking like a decent spot, maybe not to go all in, but to nibble a little bit, right? To add a little bit, especially if it comes down even more towards the 90s, like I said earlier in this video, which we hit $90 flat pretty much early in August, right? So I'm buying Nvidia, and I'm looking to buy more as the weeks go on here. And when will I stop buying? Once it starts breaking out, let's say it starts ripping again towards 120, 130, 140. At that point, I'm going to just hold on. I'm not looking to buy the breakout per se, but for now, I am taking advantage of the weakness that we're seeing. So what are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. Run the likes up. Don't forget to subscribe and join my mailing list if you want me to send you my top 3 stocks for free every single week. And you might as well get your free stocks from Moo up to 15 stocks with at least a $100 deposit, and your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, come on, that's a no-brainer. So use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/moo, and I'll catch you in the next video.